Discography. Are you experienced from 1967, dude? Who are the people on this one? This is just the bare bones, dude. The first three we have Jimi Hendrix, Noel Redding, and Mitch Mitchell, dude. Mitch Mitchell being the drummer, Noel Redding being bassist. Also, Noel Redding does some backing vocals, and Mitch Mitchell does some backing vocals on the track Fire as well. Jimi Hendrix, the main dude, the guitars, vocals, piano on the track Are You Experienced? Okay. I'm looking forward to that, dude. Seeing what his fingers can do on the ivory instead of the steel. Bless you, John. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Yeah, the original issue only had 10 or so. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, well, we'll probably just listen to the whole thing, dude. I was a 6-year-old beach bum in Hawaii. A 6-year-old beach bum. That's... Wow. You were ahead in life. Toshiba, he had a couple singles that weren't on an album until put on a greatest hits album. Oh, okay. So not 17 tracks, that includes extra songs. Gotcha. So about 10, dude? Are you experienced? Honestly, most of these seem like new songs. It doesn't seem like repeats or demos of previous tracks or anything, so seems fun. We'll probably just give it a listen, dude. He had a couple singles that weren't on an album until put on a greatest hits album. Gotcha. Thank you. I sometimes read messages multiple times out loud. It's all good. Goldfish. John Goldfish Slop. Dude, that's what they used to call me back in elementary school. Because I always used to carry my pet goldfish with me. Okay. So, Jimi Hendrix. Are you experienced, dude? Getting into the first album by The Experience. Wow. So excited. Noel Redding, Mitch Mitchell, Jimi Hendrix. Can't wait, dude. Let's take another hit for our intro song, Purple Haze. Godfather of some of the best guitar expression, dude. And his guitar expression is still living on. Isn't that crazy, dude? Okay, guys. So, we're ready to jump on in to some Jimi Hendrix. Are you experienced? Purple Haze, dude. Yes, Tammy Futurama. Oh, gosh. I used to watch so much of it. All right. Focusing on Purple Haze, dude. Oh my god. Dude. Oh. Dude, this is the best I've ever heard this track. It's so high def. You're hearing all these like layered voices. What the heck? I'm not even looking at the lyrics. The song goes so hard, and that intro is so menacing and so metal sounding. Like, I know it's not a metal track, but dude, that intro is so sick. Like, I can't even get over it. Amazing song, literally timeless, will last 4,000 years. Yeah, we'll read the lyrics after, dude. Let's get back into this track. Somebody said, literally acid rock, yes. Excuse me while I kiss the sky, dude. Beautiful. Dude, what the hell even was that little trickling? Maybe the tips of... Maybe he left some of the strings clipped after he changed his guitar strings and he's just plucking them down. What do you think's going on? Oh my gosh, so much depth to this track. Wow. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the song's about drugs, right? But what drugs specifically, dude? Purple haze, all in my brain. Lately, things just don't seem the same. Acting funny, but I don't know why. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. Dude, he has an amazing voice. I think Toshiba said up top, he hated his own voice. I love his voice. He hated his own vocals. Gotcha. Yeah, you know, I think it's a thing. Most people don't really like how their voice sounds at first. You have to learn to kind of use it and, you know, take other people's input. Like, yeah, it's going to sound weird to yourself, but not everybody has that perception, right? The grunge bands took so much from Jimi. I agree, Fords. Like, this is 67, which is insane. This is about LSD. Gotcha. Purple haze all around. Don't know if I'm coming up or down. Am I happy or in misery? Whatever it is, that girl will put a spell on me. Whew. All right, acid trips in 67. I can't even imagine, dude. Apparently it's different. The chemical is different. It's just like differently made or something. I don't even know. I don't know the full story. I've had one acid trip a couple years ago. It was sick, dude. It was awesome. People's faces were all weird. Movies were crazy. Watched Beetlejuice. Watched Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, dude. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is already just a ridiculous film. Like, if you're sober and trying to watch that film, you're gonna be like, am I high? Watch that film. High. It's nuts. Jimi had a great engineer working on this album with him. Oh, it sounded fantastic. The best production I've heard for a Jimi Hendrix song. Wow. The book Fear and Loathing is fantastic. Yeah, I mean, usually books are better in some ways than the movie, right? A lot of ways. They could paint the picture a little bit more vibrantly. Uh, you got me blowing my mind. Is it tomorrow or just the end of time? Dude, no, help me. Yeah, purple haze. Oh no, oh help me, dude. It's descending into a bad trip. Tell me, girl, tell me, help me. I can't go on like this. You're making me blow my mind. It can be rough, right? That's like how I feel when I take too many edibles, right? You're just trapped, dude, for 6 more hours. Get used to it, bud. You're locked in that couch. You ain't going nowhere. All right, well, amazing start to this album. Dude, just this, it's beautiful, dude. Just the humanity behind this. Rest in peace, Jimi Hendrix. I love it. Let's get into the next track. We have Manic Depression. Oh, lovely, dude. Oh, lovely. So, I just feel bad, man. Like, people in the 60s must have, you know, not had the best tools to deal with depression. Like, I wonder what the lyrics are going to be about, dude. Can't wait. Jumping on in.
Manic depression is searching my soul. I know what I want, but I just don't know how to go about getting it. Feeling, sweet feeling, drops from my fingers. Manic depression has captured my soul. Yeah. Woman so weary, the sweet cause in vain. You make love, you break love, it's all the same when it's over. Music, sweet music, I wish I could caress. Manic depression is a frustrating mess. Wow! I'll go turn myself off and go on down. All the way down. Really ain't no use for me hanging around. You're kind of sweet. Music, sweet music. I wish I could caress and a kiss. Manic depression is a frustrating mess.
the quick fade in with the cymbals at the end. Whoa. Jimmy really liked to play around with the effects, dude. 67, just a reminder, right? Dude, the unrelenting force of this, dude, just the frustration, the anger coming out, dude. The raucous banging of the drums, dude. Mitch Mitchell giving us a great drum expression, never letting us take in a comfortable breath, dude. God dang, his solo just oozing of discontent, of just not feeling comfortable. Music, sweet music, I wish I could caress and kiss, kiss. He's hoping that he can just reach out and touch music because he loves music so god dang much, dude. He wishes music was tangible, was more of a physical being. Oh, dang, dude. He made this such an epic track, dude. Able to be rocked out too. Hopefully people find this cathartic and they can get that anger, frustration out, dude. Jimmy, you helped so many people. The tone on his guitar, dude, gorgeous, loud. What did you guys think of this one? The drum fills by Mitch Mitchell. Sometimes an album is just so good you need to be reminded how good it is. Yeah, right? Like you have to relive the music. Yes, exactly. That's why some people are like, oh, I if a certain song comes on the radio, I wait in my driveway before getting out, right? I have to let the song play out. Dude, that's what happened last night. I was listening to Come Sail Away by Styx, and I was like, this song is effing amazing, dude. I was singing along the whole thing, dude. Yeah. Just to relate a bit to that, Mitchell always makes me think he's drumming in a circle or a sphere. It's all over. It's very, very vibrant, right? The production, the mixing is very nice. Dynamic playing. All right, well, getting on into the next track, would you guys think of Manic Depression? Dude. Next track. Hey, Joe. Yo, Joe. Oh, okay.
Hey Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? Hey Joe, I said where you going with that gun in your hand? Oh. I'm going down to shoot my old lady. You know I caught her messing around with another man.
Don't do it, dude. It's not worth it.
I'm going down to shoot my old lady.
No.
You know I caught her messing around with another man. And that ain't too cool. Hey Joe, I heard you shot your woman down. You shot her down now. Hey Joe, I heard you shot your lady down. You shot her down to the ground.
dude. I got so lost into the music, dude. Such a nice, relaxing blues track, dude. Wow. Jimi can play the blues. Real smooth. Real clean. I love his voice so much. He's such a great singer. So pretty sure this is a cover, right? An older blues track. Let's do a little bit of research. Hey Joe, heard you shot your wife, dude. Hey Joe. Yo, Joe. In 1962, Billy Roberts registered Hey Joe for copyright in the United States. In 1965, Los Angeles garage band The Leaves recorded the earliest known commercial version of Hey Joe, which was released as a single. They re-recorded the song and released it in 1966 as a follow-up single, which became a hit in the U.S. In October 1966, Jimi Hendrix recorded Hey Joe for his first single with the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Gotcha. So it seemed like it was just like this song phenomenon, dude. Everybody was covering it. It's hard to tell where it originated from, dude. Just mysteriously came about. Dude. 1962, Billy Roberts registered Hey Joe for copyright. Authorship of the song has been contested, and different recordings have credited its writing to either Billy Roberts or Dino Valenti, or have listed it as a traditional song. Interesting, dude. There's a lot more information, but I think we will move on for now, dude. There's a version of the song without the background singers. Ooh, I like the background singers. You know, it was probably added maybe later on, I don't know, during the remaster, to give it more of a down home kind of feel. I have no idea. Yo, I'm Nicolas. Hey, how you doing? What's up, dude? Welcome. How are you? All right. Well, I should actually probably change the title of the stream, right? Because we're actually listening to something now, not a random album. So let me change the title so people know what's going on. Jimi Hendrix Experience. Are you experienced? Album reaction. There you go. That's a done. Did not know that, apparently. Or you thought it was an old blues tune? Yeah, you know, it's hard to know with those things, right? It's up in the ether. Never know who makes what songs. Like, even nowadays, we still don't know because it's still contested. Okay. Well, we are going to move on into the next track, dude. Love or Confusion. Can you react to Oasis today, bro? So right now we're doing an album reaction. Not sure when we'll be done. We're still kind of in the beginning of it, but if we have time, maybe we'll open up reactions to paid reactions. But the next free reactions stream is coming up soon in the next couple of days. If you want to come by for that, otherwise. It'll be like $1 per minute of the song, dude. That's usually what I charge. So, if we have time and if enough people think about it or want it, dude, we might do it after this album, dude. But if you don't feel like paying money, come by on Tuesday. I think is going to be the next free stream. I think. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. Plan for Tuesday being the free stream. Tuesday. Just writing it down real quick. Okay. Okay. So, love or confusion. Jumping on in. Also, we're going live at 5 p.m. PST. That's always the time we go live. PST. Okay. So, moving on to Love or Confusion by Jimi Hendrix. Getting on into it. Confusion. Quick pause, dude. Whoa. Oh, this is the greatest his guitar has sounded, dude. The grumbliness, the amount of distortion. Oh, and the hot pickups, dude. His guitar just sounds so effing cool. That's the signature thing, right? God dang, his voice and guitar are just so... They're just so joined within the soul, dude. He really does love music so much, dude. Wow, amazing track. Love or Confusion, you know, dude. Sometimes it's, yeah, not love, right? Sometimes you just, yeah. Sometimes it's not a good situation, just get out of it, dude. But it's not that easy all the time, right? Sometimes you're just like, well, F it. I'm gonna deal with it. How the hell would you write something like this? uh, you have to be very brave, right? Because, yeah, in 1967, this is loud. This is harsh, dude. This is not unlike, or this is unlike anything they've heard, dude. The masses. This is alternative for the time, right? And especially with these lyrics, dude. Yeah. 67, I think. Spotify has 67. Let's check the wiki. 1967. All right. So we're going to move on into the next one, dude. May this be love. Doing some wishful thinking now, dude. Getting on into it.
Waterfall, nothing can harm me at all. My worries seem so very small, but my waterfall, I can see my rainbow calling me through the misty breeze of my waterfall. Some people say daydream is for all the lazy-minded fools with nothing else to do. So let them laugh at me. So just as long as I have you to see me through, I have nothing to lose. Long as I have you. Waterfall, don't ever change your ways. Fall with me for a million days. For my waterfall.
Oh, what was that cascade of sound there at the end, dude? Beautiful, beautiful song. Was not ready for this. Oh my gosh. It was still like a little bit of like an edgy, soft song, dude. There was a bit of gruff to that guitar. Whoa. Beautiful tone, dude. Kind of sounded like Cliffs of Dover, dude. Waterfall. Nothing can harm me at all. No worries. My worries seem so very small with my waterfall. I can see my rainbow calling me, yeah, through the misty breeze of my waterfall. Some people say daydreaming is for all the lazy-minded fools with nothing else to do. So let them laugh at me, so just as long as I have you to see me through. I have nothing to lose as long as I have you, waterfall. Oh, what do we think waterfall is, dude? First thought comes to mind, it's another drug. Second thought could be a woman. Also, I realize now we need to go back to the previous song's lyrics because I just took it as a relationship, dude, on the surface. Love or confusion, that one. Didn't even think that it could be a drug reference, dude, but what do you guys think? Yeah, the pounding, dude, giving almost like a heartbeat from Mitch, dude. Was recorded October 1966 through early April 1967. Gotcha. Almost like a pastoral psychedelic. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it definitely felt more like soft, right? Beautiful. Okay. So real quick, let's go back due to love or confusion. Is that the stars in the sky or is it rainbow down? Will it burn me if I touch the sun? Yeah, so big, so round. Would I be truthful? Yeah, in choosing you as the one for me? Is this love, baby, or is it just confusion? Oh, my mind is so messed up, going round and round. Must there be all these colors? Without names, without sound, baby. My heart burns with feeling, but I open my mind. It's cold and reeling. Is this love, baby, or is it confusion? Definitely is given drug trip vibes, right? My heart burns with feeling, but I open my mind. Oh, my head is pounding, going round and round, round and round. Must there always be these colors? Dude, yeah, no, this is definitely a trip, dude. Without names, without sounds? Dude. Mama, we must get together and find out exactly what we're trying to do. Love or confusion. Alright, yes, I'm taking this as like... Yeah, romanticizing a drug trip, dude. I don't know. I need you guys' help. So... We're gonna jump into the next track, dude. After May This Be Love, what do we got? I Don't Live Today. Ooh. Well, let's jump on into it, dude. Yo, what's up? A green crack, dude. Hi, do you react to music? Yes, indeed. I go live here on Twitch, 5 p.m. PST. Good 4 or 5 days out of the week, and most of the time I'm reacting to something from the Patreon crew. Sometimes we have a paid request night, dudes. This next one's coming up on Tuesday, so come on by if you want to throw some music at me, dude. But yeah, tonight we are busy doing a Jimi Hendrix album. That's what we're currently doing right now. So if you feel like following and then coming back on Tuesday, dude, we'll for sure be able to fit you in. The Rainbow Bridge footage shows Jimi tripping balls, supposedly. Rainbow Bridge footage. What is that? Is that a concert? Alright, dude. I don't live today. Just opting out of life. I'm good. I'm not doing it today. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh. 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 Oh my God.
Oh, there ain't no life nowhere. Experience. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. What was that ending? Hold on, let's play it one more time. Just a quick like last 30 seconds ish.
Yeah.
Dude, are we getting like slapped by Jimi Hendrix right now? Get experienced. Get experienced. Slapping you, dude. Oh my gosh, this was probably one of the craziest songs so far, dude. Pure nihilism. Just pure, just having a crisis, dude. He doesn't want to be here, but he turned this into one of like the hardest rockin' experiences, most trippiest rock experiences, dude. Whoa. The way the music was fading out, then came rushing back in. Felt like it was trying to simulate like just a bad experience. I don't know. Are you experienced? We're getting there, dude. Yeah, Mitch Mitchell's killing it, dude. I love everybody's effort. Also, we have not shouted out Noel Redding enough, dude. He's had some sick bass riffs. A lot of fun, dude. He's been standing out. Just Jimmy's been just so in front, you know, giving us a lot of himself, dude. I wonder what the bandmates thought when he presented this song to them, dude. I wonder if they're like, dude, are you all right, Jimmy? Are you experienced? Equals, have you taken LSD yet? Gotcha. Oh, okay. Are you experienced? Gotcha. Had no idea, dude. Had no idea. Thanks, dude. Wow. Wow, dude. Just invigorating. Yeah, no, this is definitely not meant for a radio, right? Like, people weren't ready. But this is sick. Inspired so many metal artists, dude. Just to be free with their nihilism, free with their emotions, dude. All right, well, we're gonna move on to the next track, dude. The Wind Cries Mary. Okay, The Wind Cries Mary.
After all the jacks are in the boxes and the clowns have all gone to bed, you can hear happiness staggering on down the street. Footsteps dressed in red, and the wind whispers Mary. A broom is drearily sweeping up the broken pieces of yesterday's life. Somewhere a queen is weeping. Somewhere a king has no wife. And the wind, it cries, Mary.
Okay. Okay, no, dude.
The traffic lights, they turn blue tomorrow and shine the emptiness down on my bed. The tiny island sags downstream, 'cause the life that lives is dead. And the wind screams Mary.
Wow.
Will the wind ever remember the names it has blown in the past? And with this crutch, its old age and its wisdom, it whispers, no, this will be the last. And the wind cries, Mary.
Okay. Okay, dude. Wow. Another kind of slow, softish track from them, dude. The drums really kept it lively and dynamic, dude. Bloom, bloom, bloom. Nice chord progression, dude. Nice little melodies. What the heck was the song about, though? After all the jacks are in their boxes and the clowns have all gone to bed, you can hear happiness staggering on down the street. Footprints dressed in red, and the wind whispers, Mary. A broom is drearily sweeping up the broken pieces of yesterday's life. Somewhere a queen is weeping. Somewhere a king has no wife. And the wind, it cries, Mary. What? I'm not following, dude. The traffic lights, they turn blue tomorrow and shine their emptiness down on my bed. The tiny island sags downstream, 'cause the life that lived is dead. And the wind screams, Mary. The wind is screaming this time, okay? And will the wind ever remember the names it has blown in the past? And with this crutch, its old age and its wisdom, it whispers, no, this will be the last. And the wind cries, Mary. So it cries one last time, Mary, dude. What is the wind? The wind has to represent something, dude. A broom is drearily sweeping up the broken pieces of yesterday's life. I feel like that little sentence is maybe saying a lot. The song might be about just symbolism for getting your life back together and kind of dealing with the broken past. All the jacks are in their boxes and the clowns have all gone to bed. Kids, you can hear happiness staggering on down the street, footprints dressed in red. Wow, what the heck is up with this song, dude? So much, like, symbolism, poetry. What do you guys make of this? Maybe we have some information on uh Genius. What's the song? The Wind Cried. Bow, bow, bow. The wind cries Mary. No. The wind cries Mary. Bow, bow, bow. Here we go, go. Okay. So here on Genius, dude, we have somebody helping us out. Let's put ourselves right over here. Okay. Okay. After all the Jacks are in their boxes and the clowns have gone to bed, Jimmy was living in England when the song was written. It has been said that the Jacks, crosses, and clowns were references to BBC's Test Card F, shown after programming had finished. This theory, however, has been discredited as the song was written before the card was used. Well, then why that? Gotcha. I understand. So, why even mention it? Jacks are a common name for conmen, playing off of a jack in the box. This may mean that the conmen have been arrested and are in the box. All the men with low self-esteem who feel like everyone's laughing at them are taking reprieve from their personal hell. This whole song smacks of Dylan-esque imagery. Dylan-esque? Bob Dylan, gotcha. Bob Dylan. Pretty sure, this person says, pretty sure it's a nod to Bob Dylan. Okay. You can hear happiness staggering on down the street. Dude, there's so much to this song, right? Like, this is the fullest song, lyrics-wise, that we've, like, listened to. The most esoteric. This line could be about happy drunk, staggering, walking down the street, picture River Street late at night, Like a scene from a Tom Waits song, inside a broken clock, splashing the wine with all the rain dogs, taxi, we'd rather walk, huddle a doorway with the rain dogs. Gotcha, okay. Footprints dressed in red. Song is very likely inspired by Bob Dylan's 65 classic Desolation Row. They're selling postcards of the hanging. They're painting the passports brown. The beauty parlor is filled with sailors. The circus is in town. Gotcha. Footprints dressed in red has a somewhat ominous tone, as if there were blood on the tracks, but the duality is intended to contrast with the idea of having fun. Painting the town red. Oh, gotcha. That is quite a contrast, dude. Wow, Jimmy went off in the writing on this song, dude. What the heck? And the wind, it cries Mary. This song's about Jimmy's then girlfriend, Kathy, whose middle name is Mary. He wrote the song after they had an argument and used Mary as she didn't like her middle name. It is also quite possible Jimmy drew inspiration from poet John Clare for this part of the song. But soft the wind comes from the sky and whispers tales of Mary. Wow. Shout out to John Clare, dude. Poetry stream when? And lastly, it whispers, no, this will be the last. Jimmy is quoted with saying, Kathy marries my past girlfriend, my present girlfriend, and probably my future girlfriend. My Yoko Ono. Dang, dude. He will forget about her when he is no longer able to feel the wind upon his skin. Dang. Dang. Gorgeous, dude. Oh, gorgeous. All right. Going back to what you guys have written us. This is exactly when underground radio stations began. FM radio instead of commercial AM radio. Hippies ran many of these stations, and FM could be broadcast in stereo. Wow. They all played the drug songs. Progressive music that wasn't on AM Hot 100 shows. Tight. That's real cool. And many of those stations were on college campuses. Makes sense, right? Jimi was a big fan of surrealist poetry. Yeah, I can tell, dude. It's beautiful. Jimi loved Bob Dylan and was heavily influenced by his poetry style. Wow. That's awesome to hear. We definitely need to give more of a listen to Bob Dylan, too. I like poetry, definitely, but note, Dylan generally wrote narrative songs. Jimi's songs are almost all visual imagery and symbolism, not straightforward stories. Gotcha. He's probably inspired by it, but still doing it in his own style, you know? Oh, wow. Okay. Big song, thick song, and it was such a relaxing tune, dude. Wow. Okay. So, we're going to move on from that song, dude. What's the next one up? Fire. Fire. Probably the shortest track on this whole album, dude. Let's get into it. See it, dude. Honestly, let's take a smoke, because that... Wow. I'm just stunned by the beauty of that song, dude. The effect that good poetry can have on the influence of good songwriting, dude. It's fantastic. Or even like reading books. You know, books are just a big poems. Not all the time, but anyways, dude. I'm having so much fun listening to this stuff, dude. There's a video of Kathy telling a story of him trying to get her to listen to a Bob Dylan song. The way she tells it, imitating Jimi, is really funny. Wow. I'd like to check that out, dude. His songs work on multiple levels. Yes. Like, he's stacking it, dude. It's like it's a no-lose situation, right? Like, great lyrics, great instrumentation, and that's honestly the golden mixture right there. Let's take another drink and then jump back on in. Even though it wasn't like, dude, even though this wasn't the most bombastic song of the record so far, honestly, my probably personal favorite would probably be like Love or Confusion. Just guitar tone wise. But this song lyrics wise is my favorite. Join me in another hit as we move on into the next song, Fire, dude. Whoa, hold on a second, dude. Right, hold on 1 second. This sounds a little bit like another track we've heard before. What is it? The Doors, dude? Oh, wait, when did Light My Fire come out? Come on, baby, light my fire. 67 as well, dude. It also sounds a lot like other rock and roll songs at the time. Came out in 67, January 67, dude. Recorded in August, dude. Literally the same exact time. That's weird. All right, not exact same time, really, like a month off or so, but a couple months. But dude, let's get back into this, backing it up.
Stop acting so crazy. You say your mom ain't home and ain't my concern. Just to play with me and you won't get burned. I have only one itch and desire. Let me stand next to your fire. Stand, yeah. Let me stand, baby. Let me stand. Oh, let me stand. Oh, I'll move over. And let Jimmy take over. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, get on with it, baby. Ow. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I dig it. Ha. Now listen, baby. You try to give her your money, you better save it, babe. Save it for your rainy day. I am the only one I burn desire. Let me stand next to your fire. Ow. Let me stand. Oh, let me stand, baby. I ain't gonna do you no harm. Ow. Yeah. You better move over, baby. I ain't gonna hurt you, baby. I ain't talking about your lady. Ow! Oh, yeah, this is Jimmy talking to you. Yeah, baby.
Was that Jimmy doing a falsetto imitation of his own guitar solo, dude? Dude, I can hear Oasis doing this track, dude. This sounds super cool, super progressive, dude. It's crazy how this rhythm, you know, that whole little rhythm has stuck around for so long in pop rock, dude. That's crazy. Beautiful song, like great stuff. This one had to have been for like the radio play, right? Like pop, getting people on board, kind of like Purple Haze. Also, maybe not so clearly a reference to drug use, but who knows? Uh, Fire, dude. Apparently, Toshiba said, uh, the song definitely has two meanings. Let me stand next to your fire. I'm not getting it so clearly from that explanation. Stand next to your fire. Yeah, okay. What's the... Oh, stand. Gotcha. That's not so common, nowadays. People don't usually use stand as like erection, right? Yeah, that's not so common nowadays. But I understand it, right? What part of a man might stand? Your legs, dude. Right? But I get it. I get it. Uh, your fire. Uh, is that well-known slang for a person's privates, dude? A woman's privates? Yeah, I guess I'm learning all this slang, all this 60s slang, dude. Yeah, because nowadays refers to. Yeah, no. But I get it now, dude. I get it now. It's crazy how slang has grown over the years, dude. So much. It's crazy watching old movies. It's not slang, it's symbolic. Uh, okay. So reading The Genius, even though the song is riddled with sexual overtones, Jimi gave a seemingly innocent explanation for it. During a New Year's Eve, Hendrix was invited by bassist Noel Redding to his mother's home in Folkestone, England. When welcomed into the home, Hendrix asked Noel's mother if he could stand next to her fire as he was chilly from the winter cold outside. Oh, move over, Rover, and let Jimi take over. Was supposed to be reflecting on how Jimi really wanted to warm himself by the fireplace, but her Great Dane wouldn't let him. Okay, so there might be a bit of realism added to this. Might be a bit of realism added to this. And my point is like if I don't understand what fire means, then it's just lost upon me, right? Like literally nobody ever refers to a woman's, private parts as fire nowadays. So like I just wouldn't get that. I feel like it was more slang, right? Because we have Light My Fire. That was another song exactly around this time. Ford's a good example of not believing what the songwriter says their own songs are about. Right, like that's a bit silly, right? I have only one itching desire. Let me stand next to your fire. You say your mom ain't home and ain't my concern. Just play with me and you won't get burned. Gotcha. So it all fits, dude. It all fits. So like yeah, if you read the whole song, then yeah, you'll definitely understand that. But still, I think the term stand is a bit dated. You try to give me your money, you better save it, babe. Save it for a rainy day. I have only one burning desire. Gotcha. All right, well, what do you think of that song, dude? It's definitely one of the more energetic tracks. Jumping on into Third Stone from the Sun, dude. Okay, that's okay, dude. Real quick, we've listened to this one before. It's been a little bit. Don't remember when we listened to it. Definitely sometime last year, but wow, the vocals are tripping me out, dude. All right, getting back into it.
mysterious mountain which the sequels lay out
Pinky Machine. Oh.
Although your world wonders me with your majestic, superior cackling hand, you are people I do not understand. So to you I shall put an end. Never hear surf music again.
Dude, can't even believe this was released in '67. This is simultaneously one of the most beautiful tracks and one of the most chaotic, confusing, audible experiences. It was like beautiful, serene, gorgeous melodies by this guitar, dude. Nice and hot, dude. Oh, I love the tone on that guitar. As far as the lyrics go, dude, what is going on, dude? Has he been possessed by an alien and he's enacting his what it's gonna take music away? What is happening, dude? Starfleet to scout ship, please give your position. Over. I'm in orbit around the third planet from the star called the Sun. Over. You mean it's the Earth? Over. Positive. It is known to have some form of intelligent species. Over. I think we should take a look. Strange, beautiful grass of green with your majestic silver seas. Your mysterious mountains I wish to see closer. May I land my kinky machine? Oh. Oh. Okay, so we're back. Unless I'm mistaken, dude, kinky means what I think it means, right? Strange, beautiful grass of green with your majestic silver seas. Your mysterious mountains I wish to see closer. Okay. Mysterious mountains, dude? I think I'm starting to see further, deeper, dude, behind the surface of the song. Thanks to you guys. Although your world wonders me with your majestic and superior cackling hen, your people I do not understand. So to you I shall put an end, and you'll never hear surf music again. Are these lyrics like real, dude? Hold on. Come on, baby, light my fire. Where are we? Where are we? Yep, these are the lyrics indeed. What do people have to say, dude? Jimi Hendrix and Chaz Chandler recorded the dialogue, which parodies a science fiction scenario. The dialogue opens with a mock communication between alien space explorers, slowed to half speed, which makes it mostly unintelligible. The alien visitor, voiced by Hendrix, at normal speed, makes some observations of the planet. Thank you. Thank you. So we know there's another voice there, Chaz Chandler. So Jimi was the alien, indeed. As are all of the instrumental breaks in this song, it is heavily avant-garde and psychedelic inspired. Jimi Hendrix plays major ninths in arpeggiated chords mixed with Coltranoid mock orientalisms. A lot of that's going over my head, dude. Coltranoid. Oh, John Coltrane. That's what that means. Coltranoid. Coltrane-like, dude. Coltrane-esque. I think would be better. More succinct. Mitch Mitchell on this song is heavily influenced by Elvin Jones, a jazz drummer. The song itself is played in the key of B minor and is played in 4/4 time. The first section of the song is heavily influenced heavily jazz influenced with Wes Montgomery style octave guitar melody lines. Is one of Hendrix's most recognizable guitar figures. Wow. Lots of great information here, dude. Around 2:25, Jimi Hendrix abruptly changes direction with a vibrato arm swoop or whammy dive, which sets the stage for the second section, and his feedback-laden guitar improvisations. Mitchell starts heavily using the cymbals and wow, this person's literally just explaining the song. Cool. The guitar screams and screeches out strange. Dude, he's literally just spelling out the whole song for us. Your pickle anthropocentric listeners who think humans are the most important thing on Earth, as in, yeah, -10 people. It says people. It did kind of sound like pickle, dude. So to you shall put an end. A lot of people believed this was a way of bashing surf music, but it was actually the opposite, an homage to Dick Dale and the liner notes from the Better Shred Than Dead, the Dick Dale anthology. Then You'll Never Hear Surf Music Again was Hendrix's reaction upon hearing that Dale was battling a possibly terminal case of colon cancer, intended to encourage his comrade to recuperate. Dale, in gratitude to his late friend, later covered this song as a tribute to Hendrix. Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's beautiful, dude. An alternate taping of the song went, Then You'll Never Hear Surf Music Again. That sounds like a lie to me. Come on, man, let's go home. That's funny. Shout out to Dick Dale. Dude. Wow. Okay, what do you guys have to say? The album is a never-ending trip indeed. This album and this Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's in the same year, music was changing so fast. Wow. That's crazy, yeah. 67 being a humongous year for music. 67 was also Zappa's first album. Yardbirds were huge and about to break up. Oh. Wow, Yardbirds, dude. Ford's Sgt. Pepper's was massive. Dude, that was probably the explosion of, it's okay to make weird music, right? Like, oh, now we have to compete with Sgt. Pepper's. We gotta be weird now. Okay, well, that was Third Stone from the Sun. We're gonna move on into Foxy Lady. Dude, I've heard Foxy Lady. I think actually Foxy Lady is one of the, probably if not the most famous song off this first album. We have had so many bangers though, dude. Purple Haze, Fire, Foxy Lady, dude, coming up. And then Are You Experienced is what's actually supposed to be the end of the album, but there's a few more extra tracks at the end, which I think we will check out, dude. So jumping into Foxy Lady, dude. Latin down that neck, dude. Foxy Lady, dude. He manages to make everything so intimate, sensual, dude. Dang, Foxy Lady. You know you're a cute little heartbreaker, huh? And you know you're a sweet little lovemaker, dude. I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts, dude. The song's not about drugs, and if it is, it's very well hidden, right? The song's just about a foxy lady you see down the street. Maybe out in public at the club, dude. Wonderful song, dude. One of the heavy hitters of the albums. One of the heavy hitters of this album, dude. Yeah, I think everything's here on the surface, you know? Not too deep lyrical wise, but dude, perfect song. Screeching guitars, Jimi giving his vocal performance, dude. I'm hearing a lot of the Bob Dylan influence with how he's presenting these vocals, dude. I'm not sure if I can post a link here, but I found the video of Jimmy's girlfriend telling the story. I think, yeah, you can post a link here, dude. Yeah, you know, we could probably check out a little bit of that if we have enough time. Bow, 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 bow. This song was used in, was it Wayne's World, right? Dude, I've only watched that movie like once, I think. Bow, 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 bow. All right, well. Wait, where am I, dude? All right, well, that was Foxy Lady. We're going to move on into the actual, like, last track that was released during the initial release, dude. Okay. Jimi Hendrix loved Bob Dylan. Okay, so we'll give this a look at once we finish this next track. Are You Experienced? Let's jump on into it. Thank you, Toshiba, for that one. Wow, what?
If you can just get your mind together, then come on across to me. We'll hold hands and then we'll watch the sunrise from the bottom of the sea. But first, are you experienced? Or have you ever been experienced? Well, I have. Well, I know, you probably scream and cry that your little world won't let you go. But who in your measly little world are you trying to prove that you're made out of gold and can't be sold? So, are you experienced? Have you ever been experienced? Well, I have. Let me prove it to you.
Wow. Did a quick pause. Oh my gosh, there's so much happening already. What a huge song. How do we even talk about everything in less than an hour, dude? I can hear Jimmy's subtle piano, dude. It sounds like he's kind of just hitting the same kind of notes to keep a layer up there of contemplativeness, dude. A bit of profoundness. The chord progression feels it's a bit minor, dude. It feels a little bluesy. The song lyrics getting us to feel a little humble about ourselves, dude. Are you trying to prove that you're made out of gold and can't be sold, dude? And then this instrumental here giving us a little bit of a trippy feel. Oh my gosh, dude. Have you been experienced? Well, I have. Oh, let me prove it to you, dude. I can only imagine if this song had a music video, how crazy it would be going right about now, dude. Let's back it up, get back into this, dude. Whoa. Are you experienced? Yo, Peaceful Rain, thank you for rejoining us. Check out this last bit of this song from Jimi Hendrix. It's crazy. Are you experienced?
Trumpets and violins I can hear in the distance. I think they're calling our name. Maybe now you can't hear them, but you will if you just take hold of my hand. Oh, but are you experienced? Have you ever been experienced? Not necessarily stone, but beautiful.
Oh. Oh. Yes, dude. One last just whoosh, wave back at you. So this is how the audience was left in 1967. That was the end of the album, dude. Wow. A little bit of a Western vibe, a little bit of a Southern rock kind of feel to this one. Almost like a slide guitar feel, dude. The reverse effects were crazy. Yeah, this was nuts, dude. It wasn't like the most intense song. It was an experiment, dude. An experience. An experiment. An experiments. Oh, wow, dude. Okay. Let's go over these lyrics, dude. Wow. I'm not even sure I unpacked what we just listened to. You know? Like, it was so much. Dude, like the guitar solo as well sounded almost like sitar-esque. The tone on it. No, it almost sounded like recorder-esque. Dude, whoa. Oh my gosh. Maybe a little like Middle Eastern inspired. If you can just get your mind together, then come on across to me. We'll hold hands and then we'll watch the sunrise from the bottom of the sea. But first, are you experienced? Oh, have you ever been experienced? Well, I have. I know, you probably scream and cry that your little world won't let you go. But who in your measly little world are you trying to prove that you're made out of gold and can't be sold. So, are you experienced? Have you ever been experienced? Well, I have. Oh, let me prove it to you. And then the drug trip portion of the song ensues, dude. The reverse effects just. It's like the end of 2001, which I think was also in the same year, dude. Hold on. Just gotta do something for my own research. Space 68, a year after. Okay, so maybe inspired? I don't know. Inspired by Jimi Hendrix. The solo was backwards. What? That's nuts. Wow, that's why it sounded so... I'm just going to call it Middle Eastern inspired, dude. It felt so crazy. Yeah, some of Hendrix's solos were made backwards in the studio. Nice. Dude, he's so creative, dude. He started off so experimental, so brave. Dude, he's literally the only person probably doing this kind of stuff at this time, right? Like, he just has the help of Noel Redding and Mitch Mitchell, who's like, yeah, dude, we're on board with whatever you got. Which I'm really happy that they were on board with Jimmy's weirdness, his odd ideas. They saw what we see nowadays, dude. They're like, the world's probably not ready for him yet, but dude, they better get ready. Wow. Okay. Are you experienced? Dude, he's taking us on a trip. The rest of the lyrics, trumpets and violins, I can hear in distance. I think they're calling our names. Maybe now you can't hear them, but you will, if you just take a hold of my hand. Oh, but are you experienced? Have you ever been experienced? Not necessarily stoned, but beautiful. Right. You talking about getting stoned, Jimmy? No, not necessarily stoned, but beautiful. Dude, it's hard to explain what being high is like, right? Getting really high, dude, it's nuts. You know, really, you got to do your research. Only get into it if you're ready. There's lots of people who can explain the experience much better than I can, dude. Yeah, and I think a lot of people have maybe, you know, not the best time their first time, but because it's a lot, right? Yeah, don't be pressured into it. Don't let anybody pressure you into it. But dude, I see what Jimmy's talking about right here, dude. It's a very enlightening experience, very life-changing. It can be, right? You'll figure out stuff you didn't even know you were thinking about, right? It's like, whoa. Forts. Well, the Beach Boys and the Beatles were doing this stuff as well, as few as other bands. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So, you're right. I just have to fix my perspective a bit, dude. You're right. This is after Beatles, so Beatles have set a precedent, right? As well as Beach Boys. We need to give more of Beach Boys a listen, dude, so we can fill out this warped perspective I seem to have on 60s culture, dude. Apparently I've let slip during... Apparently I think the 60s was just full of incoherent slang that I didn't understand, that I just won't understand. Which I know is not the truth at all, dude. Jimmy was a very poetry-influenced person, a very creative individual, very... probably kept to himself a lot, right? Engineer Eddie Kramer was hugely responsible for what happened in the studio and how it all came together. Like George Martin with the Beatles. Nice. Yeah, you need a good producer, so I guess a huge shout out to Eddie Kramer. Thanks for that bit of info, Toshiba. And it seemed like Jimmy was also a pretty social person. Are you experienced? Meaning he probably liked to share his love of taking drugs, and he probably liked helping people through their first experience. Like there's lots of people that are like that, and it's such god dang shame we lost him so young, dude. We lost him so young. Eddie Kramer's still alive? Wow. Shout out to him, dude. Yeah, Jimmy gave his own spin on it. He took the weirdness that the Beach Boys were doing. He was like, I'm going to add in some crazy guitar, dude. Nobody's ever heard this guitar. But he's getting weird. He's getting funky with the editing, dude. Shout out to Eddie Kramer, who probably helped create the vision, right? He was probably like the visionary. Eddie Kramer was like the engineer who made all these crazy sounds as close to what Jimmy wanted. We all need a little help sometimes. Can't do everything, right? People who expect artists to be able to just pump out good stuff with no additional help it's unrealistic. Bow, bow, bow. Even solo artists, dude, they don't make all their own stuff, dude. Sometimes you have self-produced solo artists, right? But that takes a lot of knowledge. Anyways, dude, we're gonna move on into the extracurricular part of the album, dude. Apparently had extra songs that were released for the remaster. So let me know what you thought of this main part of the album, dude. What were your thoughts? Did your nostalgia come creeping back? Let me know down in the comments. We're just going to give a listen to these extra tracks. We have Stone Free up next. Dude, Stone Free. Have you listened to these extra tracks? Like, what's up? What's up with them? Are they even worth it? We'll give this first one a listen and see what you guys have to say. Yeah, let me know, dudes. They are worth it. Gotcha. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm sure they're worth it, right? What a silly question. As if any Jimi Hendrix track is worth skipping, right? Jeez. I'm gonna take a bite of some fig bar, dude. Need a little bit of nourishment, and then we'll jump on into these tracks. Think we'll take another hit, dude, a small hit. The problem with listening to Hendrix is that a lot of music sounds derivative afterwards. I can understand that, right? Yeah, I mean, we're seasoned ears can only take so much of a certain sound, right? Like, oh, that's just Jimi Hendrix, but modernized. Which is true for a lot of music, I think. Bow, bow, bow. It's just like newly updated versions of the old classics that we already like. There's some innovation here and there, right? But mostly we like what ain't broke, So yeah, at a certain point, it'll just be like, well, that song was a nice nod to Jimi Hendrix, even if they didn't intend for it to be so. You think Kramer went on to work with it? Led Zeppelin and Van Halen? Ah, that's right. Prolific producer. Toshiba, I just like how clean his playing is on this studio version. There actually is a second studio version, but I don't remember what record it ended up being on. Yep. Not sure myself, but I'm very excited to continue. I think we're going to check out this little clip you gave us to Toshiba. What is this? Jimi Hendrix loved Bob Dylan. This is his girlfriend, Kathy? Wife?
Who Jimmy idolized. He thought Dylan was the greatest.
I said, man, you better tell me who you spent our last $5 on, You wouldn't tell me nothing. He just kept flashing the thing. Then he finally took it out of the bag. And he still wouldn't let me read it, but he took it out of the bag and was reading some of the things it said off it to me up in the air like this, and I didn't recognize anything he said anyway. So I went off and pretended I didn't give a shit. I went off to the bedroom or something, and he finally came in there and told me it was Bob Dylan. You know, I said, Bob who? Bob Dylan. You never heard of Bob Dylan? I said, no, I never heard of Bob Dylan, you know. And I'm saying, what's with this weird cat, you know, because like, I mean, you know, Bob Dylan was really a genius in his own right, but I just couldn't get ready for it. And I figured Jimmy was so heavy into what I was into, he would never like anything like that, you know. But he just loved it to death. I wanted to get up and go to the bathroom. He would grab me by my arm, and, you know, like, I'm going to miss this part, you know. You know, that's, you know, okay, you know, like I couldn't miss it, you know, you could hear it to 42nd Street probably, you know, we almost got put out of the building behind Bob Dylan. He'd never
That's hilarious, dude. Wow. Okay, so not the first lady that showed up. What was her name? What was her name? Faye Lithophane Pridgeon? Lithophane Pridgeon. Okay. Dude, shout out to her. Yeah, Jimmy hyper focusing on the music, dude. I can relate. Oh, wow. Yep, he's serious. You can't miss this track. That's like me with movies. Like, no, you gotta watch. Don't look away. Do not close your eyes. Look upon what is happening. Well, thanks for sharing that, dude. Let's keep the songs rolling. Let's get into Stone Free.
Every day in the week, I'm in a different city. If I stay too long, people try to pull me down. They talk about me like a dog, talk about the clothes I wear. But they don't realize they're the ones who swear. Hey, that's why you can't hold me down. I don't wanna be down. I got to move on. Ow! Stone free to do what I please. Stone free to ride the breeze. Stone free. I can't stay. I got to get away right now. Yeah. All right. Listen to this, baby. A woman here, a woman there, try to keep me in a plastic cage. But they don't realize it's so easy to break. Oh, but sometimes I could feel my heart kind of running hot. That's when I got to move before I get caught. Hey, that's why, listen to me, baby, you can't hold me down. I don't want to be tied down. I gotta be free. Oh, I said stone free to do what I please. Stone free to ride the breeze. Stone free. I can't stay. Got to get away. Yeah. Tell me.
Quick pause. I remember you didn't care too much for the live version of this song, John. I honestly don't even remember when that was, dude. Was the audio all right? You know, there's lots of reasons I probably didn't like the live version. I mean, this sounds real nice to me, dude. It's nice and chill. It's pretty exciting, dude. All right, it can't be chill and exciting. So, you know, it's not as, you know, solo crazy, right? A lot of nice guitar riffs so far. Yeah, dude, this is a nice one. Definitely not my favorite by any means, but it's not bad, dude. It's nice and rocking like the other ones. Gets me up, gets me energized. It's about being free, dude. To do what you please, to ride the breeze. All right, getting back on into it. What do you think?
Tell me loose, baby.
Oh, whoa, that's going into a whole different song, or what the heck was that, dude? Yeah, dude, there wasn't like if I'm not mistaken, there wasn't really a solo at all. It was just like really fast chord progression, dude, like power chords, dude. Really pop oriented. It felt like something Oasis might be able to cover, dude. Stone free. Dun, 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 dun. Toshiba, I never realized how you can actually hear how he was using heavy gauge strings. Nice. Glad you can tell that. All right. Well, what did you guys think, dude? Wonderful track. Moving on into 51st Anniversary. That's a weird title for a song. Getting into it.
For 50 years they've been married. They can't wait for the 51st to roll around. Yeah, roll around. 30 years they've been married. And now they're old and happy. And they settle down. Settle down. Yeah. 20 years they've been married, and they did everything that could be done. You know they have their fun. And then you come along and talking about, so you say you want to be married. I'm gonna change your mind. That was a good side, baby. Here come the bad side. 10 years they've been married. 1,000 kids run around hungry because their mama's a louse. Daddy's down at the whiskey house. That ain't all. For 3 years they've been married. They don't get along so good. They're tired of each other. You know how that goes. She got another lover. Huh. Same old thing. So now you're 17. Run around hanging out in a
Damn.
having your fun. Life for you has just begun, baby. And then you come saying, so you say you wanna be married. Oh, baby. Trying to put me on a chain. Ain't that some shame? You must be losing your weak little mind. I ain't ready yet, baby. I ain't ready. I'm gonna change your mind. Woo, look out. Oh! I ain't ready to get tied down. I ain't ready. I ain't ready now. Let me live a little while longer. Let me live. Let me live a little while. Oh. So if you're finished talking, let me get back to my groove.
Whoa, dude. What a unique song. A little bit of a little ambulance sounding outro there. Dude, this song is crazy. What the heck? Talking about maybe... Well, first off, he doesn't want to get married, dude. Maybe he witnessed some of his friends going through a bad relationship, right? Stale. It gets stale. It's just like, you get married early. It's... Yeah. He sees it as a prison, dude. He's got to be stone free, dude. He's got to be going on tour, dude. He's got to be playing his music. Can't be tied down, dude. What is a louse? Called the mama a louse? Because their mother's a louse. Hold on, I'm gonna look up that definition real quick. Louse. Either of two small, wingless, parasitic insects that live on the skin of mammals and birds. A lice. An obnoxious person. Yeah, gotcha. Very close to let me stand next to your fire, but weirder. Shitty person, lousy person. Lousy. Oh, is that what lousy means, dude? Okay. So, you said this is a bit like let me stand next to your fire, but a bit weirder. I don't really see the connection there, dude. This is more of like a story of a couple. They got stale. They ended up cheating on each other. He's like, I think this is just him being like, that life ain't for me, dude. No. We're only 17. You're only 17. You want to get married? No. I already just told you this story about this couple who hated their lives for being married, dude. Come on, baby, light my fire. I believe this was a regular track on the English pressing of the album. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Dude. Oh, sure. Just meant the music. Gotcha. Understood. Understood. Yeah, this one was fun, dude. I need to be right back, and then we'll jump on in to the next track, guys. So, all right, dudes. Oh, wow. Okay, so that was 51st anniversary, dude. Next song, Highway Child. Highway Child by Jimi Hendrix. Dude. Alright, let's make sure. Let's take a hit and jump on into this one, guys. Definitely heard the Bob Dylan influence in that last track, though. Like, it almost didn't even sound like Jimmy's voice, right? Perhaps this was recorded when he was younger or something. You haven't heard Bob Dylan? That was like me with Green Day, dude. When I was like 12. Now I like to show people Kansas, Snarky Puppy, Rush. And now I'll have fuel to show people some Jimi Hendrix stuff, dude. Alright. So, coming up, dude, Highway Child by Jimi Hendrix.
His guitar slung across his back. messed around and did a pretty wrong. They tell me it kinda hurt him bad, kinda made him feel pretty sad. I couldn't say what went through was fine. Anyway, he left the world behind. But everybody knows the same old story. And love a war you can lose with glory. Now you probably call him a tramp, but I know it goes a little deeper than that. He's a highway child. What's up, brother? Yeah. His old guitar solo across his back. His dusty boots, his heels Cadillac. Flaming hair just a blowing in the wind. Ain't seen a bed in so long, it's a sin. Now you may call him a tramp, but I know it goes a little deeper than that. He's a highway child. Come on, brother. Don't let no one stop you. Highway child. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Highway child. Rolling stone. Go on down the highway. Go on. Highway child. Yeah, yeah. Highway child.
Dude. Right? Dude. Ford's coming in with the truth, dude. This is almost punkish. Yes. Very metal as well, giving me a little bit of like Black Sabbath vibes, a little bit of Iron Maiden. 67, dude. I don't know if this was recorded around the same time. I'm guessing so, right? I don't actually know. Let's see if we can find out any information on the wiki. I'm pretty sure these were all still recorded around the same time, just not put on the final album. But like sick riffs, dude. That was an amazing song. So heavy, such a memorable riff. So let's go into their discography real quick. Recording the album was completed in 16 recording sessions. Dang, there's actually a lot of information on the background of this album, dude. Music and lyrics. I don't know if we have time to read all this tonight. But yeah, let's just go down to the track listing. Since the first release of Are You Experienced in 1967, there have been 6 different track listings. Since 1997, compact disc editions in the US and UK feature 17 tracks, including all songs that appeared on either the original UK/international edition of the album or the original North American edition, as well as the Experience's first 3 singles: Hey Joe, Stone Free, Purple Haze. Oh wait, I'm not sure what that means, dude. Huh. Do 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 do. Hmm. Well, it's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, there's just so much to read through, dude. I think we might leave that up to you guys to help in the comments. So we're just gonna keep it going, dude. We have a few songs left. Next song up, "Can You See Me" by Jimi Hendrix. How's the first time hearing that one? Nice. Epic. We're all experiencing this together. Toshiba. Oh yeah, John said he doesn't really know many Black Sabbath songs. We have to listen to the Paranoid album. Yeah, dude. Yep. I don't think we've listened to a Black Sabbath album on the channel yet, like at all. So we really need to get into some Black Sabbath. Wow. I'm very excited to jump on into it. Maybe we'll put it up on the next poll, dude. Let me write it down. Paranoid. What was it? Just Paranoid. All right. We're going to move on into "Can You See Me" by Jimi Hendrix.
Can you see me? Baby, you on my knee. Oh yeah. Can you see me, baby? Baby, please don't leave. Alright. If you can see me doing that, you can see in the future of 1,000 years. Can you hear me? Right all over town. Yeah, baby. Can you hear me, baby? Right 'cause you put me down. Listen to me. You can hear me doing that. You can hear a freight train coming from 1,000 miles.
Oh, ooh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
This song to you. Oh, you better open up your ears. Can you hear me, baby? Singing this song to you. Oh, shucks. If you can hear me sing, you better come home like you're supposed to do.
Oh.
Can you see me? Hey, hey. I don't believe you can see me. Oh, yeah. Can you hear me, baby? I don't believe you can. You can't see me.
Okay, dude, you can. Dude, I wonder if that's where John Cena got his. You can't see me, dude. That's like his catchphrase. Wow, can you see me begging on my knees? Whoa, yeah, can you see me, dude? Hot solo in this one, dude. This one was amazing. Energetic action, a crowd pleaser, dude. I can imagine this was very popular to play live. Can you hear me crying all over town? Yeah, babe, can you hear me, baby? Crying 'cause you put me down, put me down. If you can hear me doing that, you can hear a freight train coming from 1,000 miles. Dang, dude. Away with words. You really can hear a freight train coming from 1,000 miles, right? Can you hear me singing this song to you? You better hold up your ears. Can you hear me, baby? Aw, shucks. He really wrote, aw, shucks. If you can hear me sing, you better come home like you're supposed to, dude. I just ad-libbed a dude in there. No ending. Was there not? What was the ending, dude? I already forgot. Do. That was kind of an ending, right? Whoops. But not as large as some of the previous songs, definitely. Dude, lots of like pop rock, lots of just like shredding happening, dude. All right, jumping into the next one, dude. Remember.
Oh, remember the mockingbird, my baby boy. He used to sing for us something, baby. Yes, he used to sing for his dinner, baby. He used to sing so sweet, but since my baby left me, he ain't sang a tune all day. Oh, remember the bluebirds and the honeybees. They used to sing for the sunshine. Yes, they used to sing for the honeybees. They used to sing so sweet, but since my baby left me, we ain't sing a tune all day. All day. Hey, pretty baby, come on back to me. Make everybody happy as can be. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Quick pause. These were all singles? 45s? Oh, yeah, that makes sense, dude. They all really do sound like they are all meant to be singles, right? A little poppy, radio friendly. All right, getting back on into it, dude.
So baby, if you please come home again, you know I'll kiss you for my supper. Yeah, you know I'll kiss you for my dinner, baby. Now, but if you don't come back, you know I have to starve to death. 'Cause I ain't had a kiss all day now, all day. Please remember. Got to remember, yeah. Got to remember, love. Come on back in my arms. Make everything back better. Baby, hurry up now. Can you hear me calling you back again now? Come on, baby. Stop jabbing around. Hurry home, hurry home.
Whoa. A nice energetic rock track, dude. Almost feels a little folky, right? Definitely a little southern rock, a little blues inspired lyrics. Please remember, you got to remember. You got to remember our love. Come back to me. Ah. Feels sad, dude. Come on, baby, stop jiving and hurry home. Come on, baby, stop jiving. Yeah, these were probably like really meant to be like the crowd pleasers that got the general public involved, and then you kind of a gateway into his weirder stuff there. Boom, 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 boom. 6 extra songs, 3 45s with an A and a B side. Ah, gotcha. Nice. Thanks for the info, giving us the context of how these were released. So these were added as an addition to this album. Gotcha. So we're essentially just checking out like his singles. Were they released before this album? Or like during to promote it or something? Or the very first music I bought were 45s. Nice. Sports. I need to get some records. Oh, we can actually probably figure it out, dude. So starts with Stone Free, so Jimi Hendrix. Stone Free is a song written by Jimi Hendrix and the second song recorded by Jimi Hendrix Experience. The second song. Wow, they know that for a fact. It has been described as a counterculture anthem with its lyrics praising the footloose and fancy-free life. The song has a strong rhythmic upright. Stone Free was issued on December 16th, 1966 as the B-side of the Experience's first UK single, Hey Joe. So this was their first single. This was released before the album that we listened to. Are you experienced? It took me a second to remember. But, you know, it's kind of hard to tell. So it was issued in December 16th, 1966, only a few months before the album Are You Experienced came out. So probably with the first Experience song, Hey Joe, completed on October 23rd, 1966, the group needed a second number for their debut single. Hendrix suggested another cover song, but producer Chaz Chandler encouraged him to come up with an original in order to receive song publishing royalties. Hendrix wrote Stone Free, his first Experience composition, on October 24th after a jam at a London club. Oh, wow, dude. The group rehearsed the song with Chandler, formerly a bassist with the Animals, showing Redding, the guitarist who was new to the bass, some bass lines. Stone Free was recorded. Dude, everybody was just getting started. This is like the beginning. Gotcha. So this is in there. So yeah, this was recorded before a lot of tracks we've listened to. Wow. Okay. Okay, well. This is the first album you ever bought with your own money? Whoa, nice. I had a few Beatle albums your parents bought for you. Awesome. I can't even remember the first one I bought with my own money. Probably some like pop punk album, probably like 4 Years Strong. Probably. Yeah, probably some bands that we probably won't check out for a good while on here. Yeah, it was recorded at Delane Lee Studios in London on November 2nd, 1966. Okay. Well, we're gonna move on, dude. The last song we checked out was Remember. We're going to move on into Red House now, which I've listened to a Gary Moore presentation of the song. I think we've listened to a Jimi Hendrix version of the track, but we're just going to jump on in. Dude, this will also... Excuse me. Hold on, need water. Felt like I had something stuck in my throat, dude. Okay, I'm good now, though. Red House by Jimi Hendrix. Just thank you all again for joining for this stream. It's been a lot of fun listening to this album. Let me know your experience with this album. When did you first listen to it? Let me know your favorite Jimi Hendrix track from what we listened to. Let's jump into the last track, and then I'll think about my favorite song. We have a lot to go over. All right. Red House, dude. Side B of one of the later singles, dude.
There's a red house over yonder. That's where my baby stays. Lord, there's a red house over yonder. Lord, that's where my baby stays. I ain't been home to see my baby in 99 and one half days. Wait a minute, something's wrong here. The key won't unlock this door.
Oh.
Wait a minute, something's wrong.
Oh no.
Lord, have mercy, this key won't unlock this door. Something's going on here. I have a bad, bad feeling that my baby don't live here no more.
Oh.
That's all right, I'll still play my guitar. Look out now.
Oh. Oh man, dude. Two layers, dude.
Well, I might as well go back over yonder.
Wow.
Way back along the hill. Lord, I might as well go back over yonder. Way back yonder across the hill. 'Cause my baby don't love me no more. I know her sister will.
Jimmy! Damn, dude, what? I didn't know Jimi Hendrix got down like that, dude. Because if my baby don't love me, I know her sister will. Damn, dude. All right, Jimmy. Playing chess. Damn. It's diabolical, dude. All right, let's hold on a second. Going back real quick. I had no idea these lyrics were this crazy, dude. Scandalous. The locks are changed, and yeah, Jimmy went crazy on the guitar, dude. What the heck? The layered guitar, dude, it sounded like we almost had three different, or it was the same solo, just layered upon itself, but creating kind of a small echo effect as well. I don't think it was the same track, like layered on itself. I think Jimmy played the solo with, like, at least, excuse me, dude, 3 different times, and we just got a real cerebral, ethereal, floaty effect, dude. It's like that feeling of uncertainty, like, oh, something terrible is happening, but you have what comforts you, dude. You have your music. The one thing we know Jimmy loves most of all, dude. He has his guitar. And wow, he has a fantastic blues voice. God dang, this felt like a pretty much a traditional, like, blues track, right? His expression is just so perfect. It's so raw. Like, everybody else tries to mimic it, right? And they come close, but it's a little too clean, dude. The tone needs to be a little messy, a little bit more feedback. He's a blues guitarist at heart. I can feel it. He just lets loose on this. I agree, he did. Sounds like an old blues cover, but it is a Jimi original. Gotcha. He has a crazy sense of humor, dude. He perfected that blues stuff playing in backup bands for Little Richard, Curtis Knight, and the Isley Brothers. Whoa, Little Richard. I had no idea he was even associated. Partridge Family. This is a banger. Guitar tone is awesome. He always, dude, that's like his main focus, is making sure that guitar tone is blaring, dude, that it cuts straight to your soul, that it's epic. Not surprising this one holds up after all these years, right? Yeah. Literally a true pioneer, pushing forward, venturing, dude, being brave. And he was still good at making, you know, stuff everybody liked, you know, the general public, as well as getting them into it. Dude, this album was so dripping with weirdness, oddities, dude, experiments. But on the surface, it could be very much enjoyed by, like, the general public, you know? Just gonna take these off, dude, as we complete our thoughts. I can hear myself better talk now, so while talking. Oh, dudes. Jimmy's guitar just speaks from his soul. It is his soul. He's an idealist, dude. His head is up in the clouds. He's a dreamer. And he gets depressed very easily because this life, dude, drags you down pretty easily. It'll snap you back down to reality. It's like, nope, forget about that stuff. Forget about your dreams, dude. You got work to do. You got work to do, kind of like that 21 Pilots track, dude. You guys probably don't know that one. Mixing a bit of levity into this. I know her sister will. Crazy stuff to say, dude. Insane. Jimmy's a little bit of a fiend. You know? Dude, he didn't, dude. I take that back. He's a saint. Rest in peace, his soul. By the time you were 16, 17, about a year later, I was taking LSD practically every weekend for a few years. Took a lot of psychedelics back then. Oh, wow. I mean, hey, good for you. I mean, you know, as long as you were safe about it, you know. How do you feel about it? It sounds like you were you were partying, dude. Having a grand time. Not surprising this one holds up after all these years. I read that. Reminds me of Frank Zappa, and no doubt maybe they inspired each other. I would love to hear if they ever played together. Probably not, though, but always down to check out more Jimi Hendrix, more of the experience. Mitch Mitchell, Noel Redding, giving us so much of themselves as well as Jimi Hendrix. I wonder if any of these lyrics are written by Noel or Mitch. Does it say? Oh yeah, apparently he was doing backup vocals on Foxy Lady, Fire and Purple Haze, gotcha. And Mitch Mitchell did backing vocals on Fire. Additional personnel, the Breakaways did backing vocals on Hey Joe. The Breakaways, English all-female vocal trio formed in '62, gotcha. Gotcha. Well, what do you guys got to say about this one, dudes? Apparently the album did very, very well. The first or the third Experience single, The Wind Cries Mary, with Highway Child, was released in the UK on May 5th, 1967, while Purple Haze occupied the number 3 spot on the charts. The management's decision to release the single while the previous one was still present in the UK charts was unorthodox, as was the choice of The Wind Cries Mary, which differed greatly from Purple Haze. Stamp recalled, "We did that on purpose. We wanted musically to show who this person was." Okay, so that's fair. They really wanted to get the all ends of the spectrum out there of who Jimi Hendrix was. Whether it be for good or for bad. I'm pretty sure they had good intentions, right? It alerted the public to the fact that the so-called Wild Man of Borneo was capable of songs of delicacy and sensitivity. Okay, Wild Man of Borneo. Dang, that was what they gave Jimi Hendrix as a name, dude. The Wind Cries Mary reached number 6 in the UK in May. Track Records released Are You Experienced in the UK on May 12th, 1967. It entered the charts on May 27th, where it spent 33 weeks, peaking at number 2. It remained in the charts long enough that it was still present when The Experience released their second album, Axis, Bold as Love, which was released the same year, but in December. Dude, December 1st. That is crazy. This band got to work. They were sweating, dude. They were like, wow, we have so many ideas. We're just going to get to work on a second album, dude. Wow. The album, which was released in UK without the first 3 singles, was prevented from reaching the top spot by the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Dude, ooh, tough. Dude, tough. Yeah, it's probably the biggest competition you can ever hope to be up against, right? I mean, dude, that's not a bad spot to be second to Sgt. Pepper's, right? Like, that's pretty good in itself, dude. And in North America, Experience's first single, Hey Joe, failed to reach the Billboard Hot 100 upon its release. The group's fortunes improved when Paul McCartney recommended them to the organizers of the Monterey Pop Festival. He insisted that the event would be incomplete without Hendrix, whom he called an absolute ace on the guitar, and he agreed to join the board of organizers on the condition that the Experience perform at the festival in mid-June. During the climax of the festival, which was filmed by D.A. Penn Baker for the documentary Monterey Pop, Hendrix burned and smashed his guitar on stage for dramatic effect. Ooh, we've checked that out, dude. Ooh, that is a beastly event. Such a moment for history, of rock history, dude. So Paul McCartney was like, "You've got to get this dude on." He probably didn't say it exactly like that. After the show, Ceiling Performance Reprise Records agreed to distribute Are You Experienced. However, despite the increased awareness that the Experience's performance at Monterey provided, the second Experience single, Purple Haze, The Wind Cries Mary, released in the US, it stalled at number 65 on the Billboard Hot 100. Although the single performed poorly on the US charts, its presence on underground FM radio stations, which were transitioning from easy listening and classical music formats to album cuts, significantly aided sales of LP. Gotcha. Okay, so it really didn't do that well here in America, dude. There was probably a huge competition. Huge competition. Do you know the Hendrix Sgt. Pepper story? No. Real quick. I missed a lot of messages, sorry. One of the best things you ever did, but I know I am lucky. An explorer, I guess. Nice. Yeah, you can, obviously, there's, you can take too much and it can hurt you. I'm pretty sure it can, hurt you pretty good, but I'm glad you're all right. Pretty sure that's most people who have a good experience. Ford's, similar, not too often. Travel to the beach, take photos, write terrible music. Dude, I want to hear the terrible music. Do you know the Sgt. Pepper's, Hendrix Sgt. Pepper's story? No. Historic documentary film 2. I don't think I know that story. What you got, dude?
East, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club
Hold
Band.
on. Hold on. I can't hear it. You can hear it. Paul McCartney's on stage here. What is he saying, dude? Paul McCartney talks about the night Hendrix covered Sergeant Pepper. Okay, what is this, dude?
East, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. We just released that on the Friday night, and 2 days later on the Sunday, Jimi had learned the song and he opened with it.
Okay.
It was fantastic, you know, a lot of us were there because this was the new guy in town, you know, and he played a solo with his vibrator arm, with his Bigsby vibrator arm, and he's giving it all the and only trouble was, in those days, that would send your guitar wildly out of tune. So he's standing there and he's out, you know, and there's no way back. He looks in the audience, he's searching around. Says, is Eric out there, man? He's looking for Eric Clapton. And Eric was out there, but he doesn't want to know. He's cringing down. Jimi looks at him and says, hey man, will you come up here and tune this for me? No. Tune it yourself.
Dude, that is ridiculous. That is so funny. Say, hey man, can you come up here and tune this guitar for me, dude? Dude, it doesn't sound like he was playing the proper guitar to be using the vibrato so much, dude. Right? Because, yeah, dude, if you don't got a good guitar with good wood that can handle all that, dude, because the strings don't go back to exactly the same as they were, dude. The tension, it messes with it. You need a good hardware, and then the vibrato will be good. So that's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious. Eric Clapton was in the audience. That's so funny. I thought he was going to ask Eric for his guitar. Say, can I borrow your guitar? You have it on you, right? Okay. Thanks for sharing. That was a lot of fun. Pass the Pepper. Hendrix's performance of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band is awesome. Say that album name 5 times fast. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club. I already failed. I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to get there, dude. Appreciate y'all. Any last bit of information about this album that you guys want to share before I got to take off, dude? Because, yeah, I can chill for a few more minutes, but I got some extra stuff I got to do before the store closes tonight. So won't be here tomorrow. Probably taking Monday off as well. Gonna be back on Tuesday for some free music reactions, guys. So come on by on Tuesday, 5 p.m. PST. I will make a schedule and release that post haste. It's pretty much gonna be looking like last week's, except no stream on Monday. Tuesday is the free stream. Saturday is gonna be another album reaction. It's probably going to be either Toshiba Cats or Toon Dogs album. So either Imaginos by Blue Oyster Cult or Toshiba. What did you request? Toshiba. It'll actually be under Robert. George Duke. The Aura Will Prevail. All right, I'm excited for that one. And you gave us some background info too. Gotcha. So we'll make a little moment of that. If you would like, next week we can plan for it. George Duke. next Saturday sound good to you, Toshiba? If not, we can do it the weekend after. Sure, sounds good. Awesome, dude. We'll get to it. George Duke, The Aura Will Prevail. Our first jump into some George Duke. Wow. Again, thank you all for joining for the album reaction, dude. Jimi Hendrix, literally a pioneer, such a visionary. I relate so much. Rest in peace, dude. I'm so glad we get to enjoy your material. Thank you so much for making this great music. You're very inspiring. And may your soul live on through these tunes, dude, through all of these reactions, through all these listens, dude. I thank you so much, dude. Every rock and roll guitarist, thanks you, dude. Appreciate you, everybody, for joining. Stay tuned. All right. Talk to you guys in the next one. All right. Peace, guys. Yo, going over to twitch.tv/JohnSlop Reacts and leave a follow if you want to catch all these live streams where we record all these reactions, dude. And going over to patreon.com/JohnSlop to submit your favorite songs for me to listen to. And you can help support the channel as well. Appreciate ya.